Father Saturn is retrograding, and of course Saturn likes to reward as the father he is. So I'm seeing that this retrograde will offer that propel in the direction you're ready to go. And I am seeing your rewards coming in for the rest of this year until Saturn transits out of Aquarius and into Pisces in, where is it? April 2025. So welcome everybody to Our Sky, Our Story. My name is Kelita, Sahliah. If you are new, I'm a mother, a real angel, and I do dabble in crypto, so make sure you check out my Crypto Angles podcast. But over here, we interpret our astrology by the visible sky. So if you were expecting me to say Saturn will be transiting into Aries next year, that's not the case. It's not mainstream tropical astrology. So yeah, don't believe me, check for yourself, okay? And I need to say, I do have this calendar available, and I had someone say, oh, the calendar's all wrong, it's this, it's that, I can't use it. Fair enough, they were anticipating it to be tropical Western astrology, but it is not. This calendar and everything that I do is in full alignment with the visible sky, because astrology happens right above our head. We can see the stars, sun and moon, and those are the true transits that are actually happening. I don't know what mainstream tropical astrology, what star system they're following, but it's not the one we see up there. So if you are interested in getting the calendar, do know it's stated clearly on my Etsy page. It's not mainstream tropical astrology. It's in full alignment with the visible sky. So now that I've got that out the way, the order of this video anyway is we'll look at the transits that's happening. We'll then take a look at the moon transits. We'll then check on the tarot to see if we're gassing or chatting. And then we'll come back to the present moment, because of course the present moment is all that really matters. So let's get into the transits anyway. The first thing I like to say is don't believe me with all these transits that I say. Do not believe me. Check for yourself. I'm not gatekeeping information or trying to say like, oh, you can't see for yourself. No, you can check for yourself that these transits are in fact accurate. You can follow along with the app as well. And you can see, and that will be your own journey, of course, of mainstream astrology being inaccurate. But let's get into the transit. So our first transit this cycle, we'll move to June, and I'm going to show you the receipts. All right? So in June, as you can see, we're going from the 23rd to the 29th, and we only have Saturn station in retrograde. So that's why this video is mainly going to be about our father time stationing retrograde. But let's just write that on. Saturn SR. Saturn stations retrograde on the 29th. And let me show you the pictures. So I do say when it comes to these transits, you can either grab the calendar, see for yourself. You can Google it on, it's called The Sky Live, and you can check these transits for yourself. Or an app I like to use is Stellarium. So I'm actually going to show you, I'm going to show you it now. So hopefully it's showing clear. You can see that says Saturn. This is the date, Friday the 21st of June. And where is it? It's sat in Aquarius. It's right at the end of Aquarius. And of course, we are retrograding. We're going to retrograde. So we're going back into Aquarius. Okay, I can't make these dates up. I can't edit it. This is accurate, people. So we're retrograde back into Aquarius. It's going to just go a little bit up his water, and then it's going to move forward and then transit into Pisces. When? We'll take a look. Pisces, 24th of April 2025. So around about that date, it might be the day before, but ultimately you can see now Saturn is in Pisces, officially in 2025. And I know mainstream tropical astrology is saying something completely different, but this is the sky. So this is why I urge people, especially before you grab the calendar, if you don't know, it's in alignment with the sky. This is true astrology, I'd say, because astrology happens in the sky. What is mainstream astrology interpreting? What solar system, what hologram, what universe, what realm? Because it's not the one that we're in. All right. So here are the receipts anyway. You can clearly see what was I talking about? Saturn is in Aquarius, okay? So that's just putting that out there for the people who are just like, is it really? Is it not? Saturn is in Aquarius right now, and it will transit officially into Pisces in 2025 April. So what does all of this mean? And don't watch the tissue. I just had to prop it up a little bit because it was lean for some reason. Or my camera's lean. Anyway. But retrogrades, I've said this many times before. We've got a few luminaries retrograde. Child, Lilith, as well as Pluto. They are retrograding right now, and Saturn will begin to join them. So retrogrades are not bad. Oftentimes when it comes to like Mercury retrograde, it's painted with a negative connotation, and many people look like, oh, don't do this in retrogrades, blah blah, be careful in retrogrades. No, retrogrades do nothing but offer time. That's all it does. It offers time. So kind of put that into your vocabulary. Retrogrades offer time for you to develop and grow more. It offers you the time, the space, and the capacity within your cellular DNA to take on more things or to finish off things you didn't have the time, space, or capacity to do before. How this would naturally look in your life is you just generally feel you don't have the time. Like generally you feel overwhelmed because you just couldn't do it. However, when retrogrades come about, whether that's overwhelmed or sorry, my daughter needed a cuddle, but retrogrades, like I said, it offers that time, space, and capacity for you to do things you didn't have done before. You were too busy, literally didn't have the time, or felt overwhelmed, and the retrograde, all of a sudden you'll find time to do that. And Saturn being Father Time, it's all about time anyway. Like time is amplified right now. So Saturn, I need to sneeze, confirmation sneeze. I had to sneeze off camera because that was one big ass sneeze. But anyway, oh gosh, time, Saturn, time. Saturn is known as Father Time. Saturn is the Grim Reaper, is known as Father Time. Saturn emits the whole hologram from its rings. Its Saturnian rings emit our hologram. That's very awful, but that's basically Saturn. Its rings, from my perspective, emit the illusion of the hologram because that is the last luminary you can see with your physical eye. The rest you need like a telescope to look even deeper. Confirmation burp. So Saturn is our entire physical reality as well, and it's how you spend your time in it. So Saturn being Father Time is very you have to be consistent, you have to be dedicated, you have to show up, put in that consistency and show up and put in that work. And then with Saturn, seeing that that work has been put in, Saturn then rewards. Okay, so the reason why I've shown you the pictures of where Saturn is because I'm amplifying on this reward energy. This is the last retrograde Saturn will have in Aquarius before it transits into Pisces, the next zodiac sign. So this is telling me that alone, Saturn is getting ready to reward, propel you forward in time, to give that reward for those who have been consistent and showing up and disciplined in what they've been spending a lot of time on. Saturn is getting ready to reward that, and of course it's in the area of Aquarius. So this reward will come through this retrograde, offering you that extra time to complete the things you needed to complete. And then Saturn will get ready to reward that as the energies shift from Aquarius to Pisces. So in this Aquarian energy, what could be the reward? And what could be the thing that you're spending that extra time on where you didn't have the space and capacity to do before? What could be that thing? It's within this Aquarian energy. Aquarius, it's fueled by Uranus. So that alone, you operating in that energy can bring about sudden change. Okay, so this is where the rewards are coming in with Saturn now, because Uranus fuels Aquarius. Whatever energy, whatever you've been spending a lot of time on, that Uranus energy can activate and bring about that sudden change. So for example, if you've been working on something for a while, whether that's at work, a project you've been working towards a different position, or whether you've got your own business, your own creations, own products, or anything like that, if you have been spending a lot of time on it, Uranus is in there. That energy is ready to activate at any time. This will be any time for each individual, okay? But that amplified when that electric change comes in, that sudden change, bringing you closer to your goal, it's amplified by Saturn wanting to reward you. Okay, as long as you've been putting in the work necessary in whatever you've been doing. Aquarius is very giving in nature because it comes after Capricorn. Capricorn is about solid foundations for long-term goals. So the Aquarian energy, though it's very giving in nature, as Aquarius is the water bearer, like we saw on my laptop, the picture, he's the water bearer. So it's giving in nature, but it's only giving and feeding into things that will be for the long term, that supports your stability and foundations, as it comes after Capricorn. Okay, so it's fueled on unique ideas, this Aquarian energy. So especially if you've been working on your own unique idea, it could have been since Saturn entered Aquarius, which was, gosh, that was last year, wasn't it? When was it? About last year, April times. It stays in each sign for about 2 years. So it was around about last year, March, April. Saturn entered into Aquarius officially, when many people saying, oh, it's going into Pisces. No, it entered into Aquarius. So this is why even crypto's doing its thing. More unique ideas are popping out, just like new things are working, because this is Saturn in Aquarius vibes. Like if you've been on TikTok, there was a whole paying off debt trends, people paying off each other's debt, like new things just coming out, more unique ideas. But let's just focus on you. Whatever your unique idea has been, what you've been working on pretty much for the past year and a bit, I'd say whatever that idea was, your unique idea that you really wanted to be disciplined in and worked on, it's potentially that where Saturn will reward. It's potentially that where this electric change can come in, and your rewards come in. You know, where it's like if you've been working on something and people just see the results but they don't know the amount of work that was put in before. This is that Saturn energy, when Saturn gets ready to reward. Okay, Saturn is getting ready to reward as long as you have been putting in the bigger part of the iceberg for people to get ready to see the tip type of vibe. So that is what I'm seeing with this Saturn station in retrograde, and it's happening at the end of this cycle, so it is coming in. Okay, it is coming in. Whatever your unique idea is, if you had different elements to it but you just have not found the time, it's coming in now. Things will complete as Saturn stations direct in, is it November? Or yeah, in November. You can see right here, 15th of November, Saturn stations direct. And of course, it's stationing direct. Where's Saturn? It's stationing direct, obviously, in Aquarius, all noted in the calendar. So we're in this retrograde period up until November. So we'll be in this energy of, do you like my July photo? We'll be in this energy of, let's just leave that on the picture today, of completing things with our unique idea from pretty much now, well, the end of next cycle up until November. The mid to end of November, we'll be in this Saturn retrograde energy. So we've got a big bulk, a period of time to work on things, build up that momentum. I'm speaking energy wise now. So in our real life, it's having a space, time capacity to finish things off, etc., or to start something we didn't have time to do, to get rid of what don't serve us when it comes to your unique idea. Okay, and in doing so, that's essentially building up the momentum, building up the energy for when Saturn gets ready to station direct. You can be propelled forward more when time is moving forward again, basically. And these are when the rewards will come in, and it can full well come in. I feel we'll start to see the rewards, we'll start to see the fruits of our labor, so to say, during the retrograde. Like I mentioned at the beginning of this year, the rest of this year, I feel we will start to see things going a little bit more our way. That's what I'm saying. And then I do feel 2025 energy is going to be quite explosive in terms of transformation. I feel this 2024 is the full transition. It's the dragon energy of transforming, that phoenix rising type of vibe. And then we're entering into the year of the snake. Confirmation burp. Kundalini rising. Okay, energy truly transforming. We're going up the snake and transforming our energy. So the fact that these luminaries are doing this is no coincidence. Is that they're in these locations above our head, and we're entering into these Chinese year zodiacs as well. But it is the Phoenix rising year, so I am seeing from this point on we are going to see things start going our way. Like, just a personal example, a family member of mine had an issue with Ford and their car, and Ford were in the wrong. They just needed to replace the engine and sort it out free of charge. But nothing was happening for months, literally since the end of last year. Nothing was happening, and it's only literally yesterday they called and says, "Yep, okay, we'll give it a new engine. So just give us time, give us time to do it." And they took that long when it was their fault anyway. But I feel these are the energies of the hologram. They're the energies of the hologram. So it's like finally things are looking that bit better. It's like, oh, okay, it's working out now. It's happening now. So that could be in any area of your life. It could be in any area of your life. Though I'm seeing it's definitely a large aspect is a part of this Aquarian energy. It's your unique idea, what you've been working on. You've been disciplined in for time, years it could have been, and Saturn is getting ready to reward that. So you need to put in the extra work, consistency, to make sure you propel yourself forward. And we have been given this time. The hologram is naturally giving us this time to do that. So get ready for your rewards to come in. Your consistency, discipline has not been in vain, and you will see the fruits of your labor. You will see that, and you will rise like the motherfucking phoenix you are. So that is what I'm seeing for this retrograde. Do go ahead and give a like on the video. Help your girl out. Hit subscribe if you are new. Hit on the bell so you catch my videos, catch the drift. Especially if you do like my annotation, linking it to the visible sky, bringing us back to nature, I guess, and my interpretations of things. If you do like it, stick around and stay with me. But let's get into the moon transits that's happening right now. So as you can see, the moon will start off in Sagittarius on the day of the sun. Now let me just write the others and I'll be back. So in this cycle, as you can see, we are getting our Cetus watery dip, but the moon is known as our mover of emotions. It gets our energy in motion and moving from how you're feeling about something, how you feel about your thoughts, whatever emotion comes up, happy, sad, ecstatic, curious, angry, whatever it is. whatever that emotion is sparks something in you. You then act upon that emotion, because it's literally getting your energy in motion, and you act upon it. When you act upon it, you see it through the lens of the ego, and that's currently in Gemini, in combination with, of course, whatever your ego sign is. And I do offer birth chart readings if anyone's interested. I've done a version of it for XRP, Bitcoin. I'll be doing Ethereum soon, so that is the style. It's all linked below. But ultimately you can check for yourself anyway. And even though it is super late, so there will be a discount for a while when this actually comes out, but this astrology diary, you can get this soon. And you've got a space in here where you can actually write down all of your placements, because we're focusing on you here. You can write down all of your placements so you know where it is, and you can just find it in the app and write it down. Of course, if you do want that deeper, in-depth analysis of your chart, that's where I come in, but ultimately you can do it yourself. But anyway, let's get back to this. Let's get back to this. The aim of this diary is so we can actually write down what's actually happening and how it's impacting us, to see if the stars are truly playing a role. Okay, so it's writing down your life, but that will come out soon. Anyway, let me know in the comments if you're interested in the diary. It will be out very soon, and there will be a discount because, of course, we're already in June. It should be ready in July. But anyway, the moon, that's how the sun and the moon work together. Okay, so the moon, our emotions are moving us to act in this Sagittarius energy on the day of the sun. That's how it's beginning. I just have to look on this side. Yeah, so on Sunday we're in this Sagittarius energy, and I'm seeing I mentioned it in my last video, but our emotions will be moving us in a clear direction. Okay, a very clear direction, especially because on the day of the sun we are getting our strawberry moon, okay, in Sagittarius. So on Saturday, sorry. So we're still obviously going to be in this full moon energy of something being fully illuminated, and as Sagittarius is a focused direction, developing your own philosophy, your own travel, your own direction where you're going is very focused, very precise. I feel something will be very precise, clear, illuminated for you. Trust in your gut feelings, your intuition about certain things in the direction you're ready to go. And I feel, or say ready to go in the direction you're going, but something is made even more clear on how to actually get there. And I feel this all aligns with Saturn stationary retrograde, as well as Gemini is entering into the sun tomorrow. So outside where you can see the sun right now, the sun is on the cusp of Taurus's horn and getting ready to enter into Gemini. And I feel it just all aligns. It all aligns. Why does it align? Let's get through all the moons and then we'll reflect back. But something's going to be fully illuminated in the direction we're ready to go with maturity. We now know whether that is travel, a new direction where you're going, or your own philosophy. Something is going to be illuminated for you. After that, our emotions are moving into Capricorn on Monday, the day of the moon. So our emotions will be moved in wherever this illumination came of this new direction, this precise, clear direction we're going in. Our emotions are then moving us to establish that in our foundation and stability, in our long-term goals. That's the way our emotions will be moving us. So again, as I mentioned, we had a lot of transits last cycle with Gemini. The Sun, Venus and Mercury all entered Gemini last cycle. So things are going to be picking up speed in this whole direction anyway. And yeah, our emotions on Monday up until Wednesday is going to be a lot about foundations. Again, the moon is still going to be quite illuminated as we're getting our third quarter moon on the 28th of June. So you can trust your intuition, gut feelings. instincts and things like that much more. And then our emotions is moving into Aquarius on the 26th. So I feel this will definitely amplify this Saturn energy being in Aquarius. So I am going to say pay attention to how your energy moves you on the 26th to 28th. So from the Wednesday to the Friday, what comes up for you then? How do you feel about certain thoughts that have come up into your head? How do you feel about your unique idea that may pop up as it amplifies this stability? It's like, okay, this is the long-term goal, what I'd like to get to, and this is the stable foundation. Now I'm adding the unique idea to build on top of that. Okay, so pay attention, because I do feel this spark, what comes up here as the moon is getting towards the half moon there, but it is still illuminated majority of the time while it's in Aquarius. Pay attention to what comes up, because I feel that will be the spark for this Saturn stationary retrograde in Aquarius. You may get thoughts, ideas, your emotions may move a lot about certain thoughts and ideas that come up, which gives you that spark to say, oh, you know, you're not going to see it as during Saturn retrograde, I'm going to start doing this. No, but a spark may come up as your emotions are moving you from the 26th to the 28th, which will give that spark to focus your time during this Saturn retrograde, okay, on this unique idea, to develop it much more. And as these sparks have come in, we know the new direction we're going in. We're starting to put that in our solid foundations and stability. We're adding a unique idea to reach our long-term goal even more. We're in that energy. And then what happens is the Cetus watery dip. Cetus and Pisces watery dip, or should I say Pisces and Cetus watery dip. We enter into the waters. We enter back into the womb. So I always say, when it's this Pisces energy, Pisces being the last zodiac sign, it has the wisdom of it all. It has everything in there, being water as well. It has the data or cellular memory, the water memory of every other zodiac sign in it. So it's very wise. It's very misunderstood. It's into things not the whole world is into, really. That is the energy of Pisces, and usually likes to bring its wisdom out in a creative type of way. But ultimately, the umbrella term is it's in the womb. Not say the womb as much as Virgo, but it's in the waters. You're in the water sack, basically. You can't enter this realm without going through the waters. We are birthed through our mother's waters, and this is also the Pisces energy. So water and consciousness are synonymous. They're interchangeable. And water knows no separation. Water knows everything is connected. Consciousness knows everything is connected. So as what I'm seeing here is our emotions are entering back into these waters. We know the direction we're ready to go to build our foundation, adding our unique idea onto that for our long-term goals. And now it's about attuning ourselves to that frequency. Okay, so this is why I feel it's wild that it all aligns, essentially. It all aligns, because we will dip into the waters. A lot of reflection may come up over the past 28 days, because you're realizing which frequency to attune yourself to. Do you want to continue that frequency with how your emotions and energy has moved you, or do you want to tap into something new? So this is that Pisces energy. When that reflection comes up, you will alchemize it even more when the moon dips into Cetus. Now it's doing this late on the 28th, and then it pops back up into Pisces just at the end of the 28th, like just close to midnight. So we'll get this alchemization and processing time of the past 28 days. How has our emotions moved us? Where did we go? Kind of what happened? If reflection comes up, definitely trust that. You may, as we're getting big energies coming, like Saturn stationary retrograde, as well as we've had the sun recently enter Gemini, it's like we're attuning ourselves now to what we're ready to experience. We're attuning ourselves so we can literally have the cellular capacity to finish off what we need to do in this Saturn retrograde. Okay, we're changing our frequency to really be in this energy of the sun being in Gemini, because every time the sun transits, the moon pretty much goes through its hiatus, and Pisces watery dip quite quickly afterwards. So keep that in mind. But whatever this new direction that's going to be illuminated over the end of the cycle, Saturday and Sunday, whatever is going to be illuminated, and that's the direction you're ready to go, Saturn retrograde is going to play a part in that. You're going to go and work on that direction. And in doing so, your emotions are having this alchemization, this watery birth to attune yourselves to the right frequencies. So your energy moves in the way to take you in that direction and to work on this unique idea of yours. Okay, you will naturally have the energy and capacity. So I just have to say, if you haven't been feeling it or so motivated, the weather does not help, and I feel they're doing that on purpose, but it's all in alignment with nature. Just trust it. You will get that quickness coming back, that spark and everything. It is coming back with with Mars in Aries, Gemini, Venus and Mercury. Gemini, the Sun, Venus and Mercury all in Gemini. Quickness is picking up. So that's why it's like, even though I say with retrogrades it offers the time, space and capacity, because you are now working on things, you can see more momentum and more movement even during a retrograde, because you've got the time to do something which will then obviously put you a bit forward in whatever that is. You've taken that next step. So cellularly we're having the space and capacity to really up it to the next level now. So yeah, whatever that looks like for you. If you like this, and I literally saw 3133 on the clock, if that's a confirmation for you, let me know. But give your girl a thumbs up if you liked this aspect, and let's jump into the tarot. Let's clarify all of this. Take a deep breath for me. And exhale. So I did pre-shuffle a little. I would like to do two pulls for this. When I say two pulls, not just one card, but two different pulls just for Saturn retrograde, as well as just for this general cycle. So I usually only do this on my numerology videos. And gosh, what was the numerology of this month? It was 5, 3 and 11. So there's connection and change happening this whole month anyway. If you've connected with anyone, let me know. Or there's been a start of something, but I do feel it's going to pick up pace. A lot of communication happening for the rest of this month as well, and you're walking through the door with the 11. So that's the numerology of this month. Check out the video if you want to look into it deeper, but I just looked at the numbers now. But I am seeing that we're stepping through a door. I'm seeing a lot of communication with this Gemini energy, with the 3, and creativity as well, and just doing it. And of course, connection and change. Like, you could have had some connections, and change is definitely coming as our whole emotions this cycle is ready to level up, and this Saturn retrograde will bring change, because Saturn will get ready to reward. But anyway, let's connect to the collective consciousness and find out, what is this Saturn retrograde going to bring? What is it going to bring? Oh, wow. So these two just fell out. This star has come up recently. It's come up recently. So know that you're the star, and something is going to be made clear. There's going to be honesty and clarity within this Saturn retrograde. You're going to cut through any illusions, which makes sense because time, you've not got time for that. So with this Ace of Swords, you're going to be cutting through illusions. Let's just get one more to clarify this for this Saturn retrograde. Then we'll get on the cycle and pull out the books. So what's this Saturn retrograde bringing with this Ace of Swords and the Star energy? Oh, we have the Three of Pentacles. I feel connections coming in. I feel connections. I'm feeling just one more. I'm feeling just one more. Can you clarify this? Oh, two more came out. Two more came out. It came out. This one is like the way I picked it up. It flipped out this way, but I picked it up sideways. So it looked a bit reversed, but no, it's this way. 10 of Pentacles and 7 of Wands in reverse. I feel there with this Saturn retrograde, because bear in mind, it's lasting up until November 2024. I feel it's coming with change. I'm seeing the rewards of Saturn. And that's clarified by the tarot. But we will look into the book and get the full exclamation. But let's just pull just a few for this Cetus watery dip energy, and as well as this full moon in this new direction. Just this whole cycle, not the whole retrograde. What's happening? Just this cycle with the collective. What is happening this cycle? Oh, Four of Cups has popped out. Four of Cups. Anything else? The Hierophant. And let's just clarify that. Oh, Queen of Wands this cycle. Last one. Just clarify what's coming up with this cycle with this Cetus watery dip for the collective. What is coming up this cycle? King of Wands in reverse. We've got Queen of Wands, King of Wands in reverse. One more. I swear my last tarot video went that flipped back in longer than my actual video last time, like the tarot part in my last video. Oh, that flipped back in. Two of Cups in reverse. You flipped out. Oh, I feel this cycle may be a bit slow. So I feel it may be a bit slow. But at the bottom of the deck, we do have the Empress underneath that. I do feel this cycle is going to be a little bit slower. So just hold out. Let me get my book. Yeah. I do feel it's going to be... Oh, charges come out. A little bit slower, but let's find these. So we started off... I'm going to do the cycle first, and then we'll go on to Saturn. So starting off with Four of Cups, introspection, self-doubt, taking things personally, giving little away, not seeing what's on offer, lacking initiative, taking time to reflect. So I feel this is okay. I feel it makes sense. I feel we are going to be in reflective energy. You may have doubts coming up because something is going to be illuminated, and then you're going to go through this Cetus watery dip. So you're going to have introspection, and you're going to be looking deep within you. You're going to be analyzing and alchemizing certain things, and self-doubt may come up. Self-doubt may come up, so do keep that in mind. I'm definitely seeing that. We then have the King and Queen of Wands. So King of Wands has come up in reverse. It's charismatic, inspiring, dramatic, bold, setting an example, powerful leader, role model, willing to take a risk, boldly confident. Now we're in our reflective mode. we're in our reflective mode, taking things personally, probably, and things of that nature. So I am seeing us not being bold this cycle. I feel it may be an inward type of cycle happening, quite slow, but you're not going to be bold or leading or a role model this cycle. I feel it's about you, reflection. That's what I'm seeing. But we do have the Queen of Wands as well. It's self-assured, attractive, a woman who knows where she's going, never phased, energetic and busy, sexually accomplished. So I feel this self-reflection of this Four of Cups, introspection, probably doubting yourself a little bit, I feel that's coming up. But you're not going to be bold about it and out there and inspiring and leading other people. But within that, you still know what you want, because there is reflection happening. Ultimately, you know what you want. So, yeah, keep that in mind. We're then getting the Chariot in reverse. So it's like diligence, willpower, honesty, perseverance, control over feelings and thoughts, learning to stick to the right path, trusting yourself, being determined, asserting your ego, wanting victory and sexual powers. So again, this is like the King of Wands being in reverse. It's like that boldness and fully plowing through type of energy. Is not really there. You may not be in control of your emotions too tough, as this is in reverse, and we have the Four of Cups, which is introspection and a bit of self-doubt and taking things personally. So that willpower, if you feel this cycle you're just not feeling it, it's okay. You're in this reflective type of energy. You're entering into a big transit that's coming up, and self-reflection is necessary. It's like not the time to be bold and out there and pushing through something that you've not fully alchemized yet. Okay, so it's alchemization energy. And of course, we do have the Hierophant, which is, oh, that holding back stood out to me a lot. It's conformity, education, holding back, respect, teaching, traditional rules, and ceremony, doing what's expected of you, devoting your time to a belief system, pursuing knowledge. So again, it's doing what is necessary of you and holding back. It's not about being this leader type of vibe or plowing through, diligence and like pushing through, making results happen. Basically, it's not about being bold during this cycle. Sorry, I'm not even in the camera properly. It's holding something back, because even though you know what you want, what you're doing, you're still holding back because we're in this alchemization energy. So yeah, you're holding back, and there's a lot of self-reflection this cycle. So trust yourself. If you just naturally are sitting there and reflecting, if you're truly figuring out what you want and what you don't want, like I says, this attuning yourself to the different frequencies, you're reflecting off the past, what you either want to continue or don't want to continue, and then you're tuning yourself to what you truly want with the Queen of Wands energy, because you know what you want. So you're just holding back, doing what is needed and expected of you, because you're alchemizing it all. Yeah, so let's look at the whole energy of Saturn now, stationing retrograde, and what that is bringing. So we've got the Seven of Wands, Three of Pentacles, Ten of Pentacles. So let's just do the Seven of Wands first, as that's in reverse. So the Seven of Wands is defiance, assertion, purpose, standing your ground, being resolute, sticking to your guns, strength against adversaries. Oh, this is interesting. I'm not gonna lie, because these both basically came out sideways. They were like that. But the way I kind of picked it up, it was more so. So yeah, but obviously it's in reverse. So if you resonate more with the energy of obviously sticking your ground and stuff, then definitely take that as it was the side. But yeah, like there may be times during the Saturn retrograde you might not feel like it. Like I says, it came out reverse. So I'll say there's both of these energies. The same with the Ten of Pentacles. They came out not reverse, sideways. It came out sideways. So I feel pay attention to what happens in your life. But with these two energies, it may be a bit of both. You may be feeling like you are assertive at times or not. You may feel like you have purpose at times or not. Standing your ground may come and go and things of that nature. So of course, again, when it comes to money, there's gonna be some, there's gonna not be some, like it's a transition. That's what I'm seeing as they literally came out sideways. But this whole Saturn energy anyway, let's find the pentacles. Get to the pentacles. Oh, I've had this book for time, and I still don't know where things are. Hold on. So, of course, with the Three of Pentacles, it's about cooperation, teamwork, skill, getting the job done, professional growth, being aware of your skills, being obsessed with detail, feeling competent. So, this makes sense. I feel as we've got this Gemini energy, and I was like, connections may come in. It's the numerology. We've got a 5 in this month's numerology anyway, where Saturn is starting to retrograde. So I feel these connections that come in could be part of teamwork and cooperation, whoever that may be with. But I'm seeing during this, maybe something to help with this unique idea and to bring it out will be a part of teamwork and cooperation. And it's going to get done. Like I says, with this retrograde energy, you're getting the job done. You're growing professionally. You know what your skills are, your skill set, and you're growing, and you may be working in a team and collaborating to get to that point. So keep that in mind up until November. Of course, we've got the 10 of Pentacles as well. So that's the good life. It's conventional values, tradition, wealth, seeking affluence, enjoying abundance, sticking to the tried and tested. So yeah, this retrograde reflection, tasks, whatever, you may realize and even go back to something which you know was working before, or try something which you know is working if you've not tried it before, and things of that nature. But I am seeing the rewards coming in and the abundance potentially coming from the connections, getting the job done, and the teamwork and collaboration. Really knowing your skills and what they are. But I am seeing abundance definitely coming in, as like I've been saying for time, Saturn likes to reward. Okay, Saturn likes to reward. I do feel in this time you may, what was this one, like not feeling like you've got purpose or standing your ground. That may come up because the hologram does like to create illusions. So your unique idea may be something you have to really try and stand your ground on. So because this is in reverse, the hologram may create illusions to make it like, oh, you can't stand your ground on that. But it's truly showing and knowing what your skill actually is. Okay? It's knowing what your skill is and getting it done, and the abundance will come through. And of course, during this Saturn retrograde time with the swords, we're getting the Ace of Swords. So with this Ace of Swords energy during this Saturn retrograde, something is going to become clear. Something's going to become clear. There's going to be honesty, resolving a problem, facing facts, knowing the way forward, cutting through illusions, and analyzing your motives. So this analyzing your motives, this is that Saturn energy of knowing what you're doing, being disciplined in it. You're going to cut through any bullshit, would I say, when it comes to your unique idea and what you're spending a lot of time on. problems will be resolved. You know, as I said, during retrogrades, it offers the time, space, and capacity to do things, to get it done. Problems are going to be resolved. So if there was any problems coming up, it will be resolved. If you were hitting bump ropes and things of bump ropes, roads in the bumps in the road, bumps in the road, I feel you'll overcome them during this Saturn retrograde. Okay, you're going to cut through any illusion, overcome these bumps, which may come through collaboration. So if you feel any bumps, even though you're going to overcome it, during that bump period, you may feel just a little bit like, oh, can I do this? Is this really my purpose? But you need to know your skill. You need to know it. And I feel a clarity is going to come in this direction you know you're going in. Okay, in this transformation, you're working on your foundation, this unique idea you've been spending a lot of time on. Clarity is coming. So definitely trust yourself for these next few months. And of course, the star, the motherfucking star of the show, which is who? It's you. The star is you. So, okay, yes, love is on the cards during this Saturn retrograde. But inspiration, ideal love, truth revealed, realization of a dream, insight and self-belief are essential for happiness, seeing the light, finding peace within, feeling generous. So realizations, truths are going to come out during this Saturn retrograde. Realizations and truths, ideal love, whatever that looks like for you, whether that's a family or a partner or a dog, an animal, a pet. You're going to get your ideal love during this Saturn retrograde. There's going to be truth, clarity, honesty coming out as well, and connections, and abundance is there for you. So abundance is there. So definitely, if you feel like you're not standing on your ground, or knowing your purpose, just push through, okay? Because you're getting the ideal love. You're getting it. You're getting that inspiration and everything. And like I said, if this energy comes back and you're feeling inspired, definitely trust that. But if you did like the tarot, do let your girl know. Give a like on the video, and let's come back to the present moment. So let's come back to the present moment. Take a deep breath with me. And exhale. So, present moment. We're going to leave the star at the front because, of course, we are the star of our own show. For the present moment, it is the summer solstice, people. So today is the longest day of the year, sadly. The longest day of the year, which is very, very, very sad. Like, why can't the longest day of the year be the end of September? You know, just why not? And of course, the moon right now is in Scorpio. But by the time you're watching this video, especially if you watch it tomorrow, it is going to be in Ophiuchus, because it transits into Ophiuchus the end of tonight. And then bear in mind, tomorrow the sun officially enters Gemini. So, summer solstice. I don't really know what energy that brings, but I'm kind of seeing we are reaching a tipping point, especially when the sun gets ready to enter into Cancer, which obviously comes technically after the summer solstice, because, you know, but the heat is getting turned up. With this summer solstice, with the sun entering Gemini, if the weather gets warmer, it's right on time, because Gemini being the twins, being two of them, it turns the heat up a little bit. So do keep that in mind. But happy summer solstice, everyone. It's slowly going to get darker, sadly. But we're going to be entering our tipping point time soon. So that amplifying with our Saturn energy when we enter Cancer to tip the scales, basically. Hands dry, man. But yeah, to tip the scales. So that's coming. It's en route. The change will be visible soon. And of course, the moon right now is in Scorpio as I'm speaking. So our emotions are moving us on deeper aspects of us, what we're truly passionate about, which may be a vulnerable part, but it's part of what we're passionate about. It's part of our strength ultimately. If that comes up for you, see how your emotions move you, as well as going into this transforming energy. It's recognizing your deep passion, and it's getting ready to transform you so you can operate truly within that deep passion. And of course, our ego is officially entering Gemini. Like I says, that lady commented on my calendar and wanted a refund because she's like, the sun doesn't enter Gemini on the 21st. That's wrong. I'm like, bruh, it's not wrong, fam. It is not wrong. It's accurate. So yeah, make sure you know this calendar and everything I do is based on the visible sky, not mainstream tropical astrology. But the sun is officially entering Gemini, so we will be seeing and perceiving reality through the Gemini lens, picking up a lot of communication, exchanging energy, acting quite quickly upon our thoughts, ideas, our inspiration. So keep that in mind, but that is what is coming up for this cycle and Saturn retrograde. If you did like the video, give your girl a thumbs up. If you'd like to support, you can grab 10% off the calendar. If you get the digital copy of this, you can get, for the next like 18 people, you can get the physical calendar for free. Just pay postage and packaging, because it was just 2 minor mistakes on the solar eclipse, but of course I've still got these copies. Everything else is fine, but the digital copies are fully up to date. So for like the next 18 people, if you do want the physical copy with the digital one, just grab the digital, pay for your postage and packaging, and you can have it. Yeah, if you would like to support anyway, or you could just grab the digital if you don't want the physical. It's up to you. Support as well by grabbing a reading, or just simply liking, commenting and sharing the video, and subscribing, of course. And I will see you in the next video. Make sure you check out my Crypto Angles podcast on Sunday, because things are getting a little interested in crypto, and these are the last stages to get good entries. So if you're involved in crypto, check me out over there, and I'll catch you in the next video. And with that being said, angel out. Bye.